Welcome back to Ritual Hobby and Art. Back in 2024, I had started a series on Painting Appalachia, and I did a video on Cades Cove, and then I kind of stopped. And I've been doing paintings of Appalachia, but I just haven't done enough to do a video. So today I'll share with you some of the scenes that I've been working on of that region. A couple of the videos that I had meant to do, I actually did do, but they became painting the trail videos, such as the Hidden Cemetery, the Parker Cemetery, and some of the cemeteries I've seen out on the trail. And another example was one that I did at Panther Creek State Park last year, and that was an individual video of its own. So let's take a look at some of the scenes that I've seen over the years in the Appalachian region and some of the paintings that I did from those. I'm going to start off with a painting that I did in July of 2024 before I even started the Appalachia series. This is a painting I did of the beginning of the Tennessee River. It would have been part of the Rivers video, but somehow I don't think I had it finished in time. So this was done off of the Will Skelton Greenway. Will Skelton Greenway goes from it goes from Island Home Park all the way to Forks of the River Park. I believe that's what it's called. And a very scenic walk. And I did it back in 2023, I believe, March of 2023. So the picture that I used, here's the picture that I used for this. And it's a sort of a late winter, early spring picture. And so for the painting, I decided to make it a little more green and not include the brush and the sticks, as we call it, of the winter, and just make it a beautiful scene. So here is the painting. And so you can see I've got greenery, green trees, green with the beach here, or the sort of the soil as you meets the water, I've put a lot of greenery, and we've got the bridge and the vertical parts that hold the bridge up. This is an old it's an old railroad bridge, but it is still active because over here in this area is Ashbury, which has some industry. And so occasionally a train will pass over this bridge to get over there. Oh, there's a scenic train that operated in Knoxville for several years. It still sort of exists, but I don't think it's run for several years. The Rambler, I'll show you, it'll list what it's really called. It would go across this bridge. It would start out down by the University of Tennessee, which is where its station is, and they would go along the tracks along the James White Greenway. I've featured that in the Rivers episode. And then snake its way around to get across this bridge and over into Ashbury. And it could go around in there. So, yeah, this was a fun one to do. I like the way it came out with all the colors and the bridge, and there's some houses over here. Some of them I included and some I didn't. I believe this is a flagpole, but I can't remember. I did this about 2 years ago. This is the beginning. So the beginning of I did say the beginning of the Tennessee River. This over here would be the Holston River. This coming in here would be the French Broad. So the French Broad and the Holston come together to form the Tennessee River. Last summer, we went up to historic Rugby, which is in Morgan County, Tennessee. It's a very Victorian English community. It was founded in 1880 by English author Thomas Hughes, and it was built sort of to be sort of a utopian village. It was, I think, originally created to sort of give a place to live for what they called England's second sons. So not the ones that would receive the inheritance, but the ones after those, to come across to America and live in this village. It's a beautiful little village. It has many different buildings. There's a schoolhouse, a library, a church, and various houses, and a printing press. We went in the printing press that day and got some different samples of things that they could make on the old printing press machines. But I went ahead and did a painting of the library building. So here's a picture of the library building, and I thought that'd be an interesting... Now, originally I was going to do an entire episode on Rugby, but I only did the one building, so that's all we've got. So here is the painting of the library building. This is done in gouache on my multimedia paper, and yeah, it's how it came out. I was going to also do the church, the printing press, and the schoolhouse. And I might still do that, but just, other things get in the way. So this was a fun one to do, kind of a quick one. You can see I've used some white gouache up in here. Otherwise, just working with the perspective of the building and the way it looked. Here's the original again. To kind of give you an idea. So that was a fun one to do.